Hello and welcome to a project training series. Today we're going to talk about how to get started with XcooBee contactless payments. We're going to walk through a full sign-up cycle as well as review our first payment project and make it effective. What we will need to do or need to know. First, we have to have an active Google account, a Stripe or PayPal account, and you need a logo file that we will use. These things will not be covered directly in this video. We assume that you have them. Okay, we're all ready to get started. We will start our sign up by hitting the login button or clicking the login button on the XcooBee website. This will open up the XcooBee application itself, which is the network that is powering all of our applications. Rather than signing up, since we don't have a login yet, we will click on the new user, click here to register. We will quickly fill in the information that is needed, and I'm going to use Peter Smith as a user, and I'm going to sign up as a business account in this case, and then click the register button. Since I'm signing up for a higher level account, I have to validate my email first. If I only sign up for free accounts, that step is optional or later. I will go ahead and check my mailbox, and there is my email from XcooBee, and I only need to click on the confirm my account link. This will confirm for XcooBee that I am the holder of the email. Once the email is verified, I get to go in, and as you see, I get to have a video walkthrough. This will help me become acquainted with the particulars of the XcooBee system if we get started. For now, I'm just going to end the tour. And I see immediately I get information about the security and the profile that XcooBee has created for me. Anytime I interact with XcooBee, I have a security image that is presented to me and only me. And if I don't see that image, then I'm probably not interacting with XcooBee, but with some phishing or scamming provider. Similarly, after a while, an image will be created that we will see right here, which is the identicon. It will take a few minutes for the system to generate and present it to you. You can replace it with your own profile image. If you are at this stage, this is the free user account, we are ready to go ahead and upgrade. The system may also automatically bring you to the upgrade selection window. And in our case, we will have to click here on the button. We will see again our subscription level choice. We will pick business here for our purposes and go next. This is an annual subscription. You can have a choice on the previous screen between annual and monthly. We are going to go with the annual one. Provide a business name. We're going to be Graphic Partners Inc. And we don't have a promo code, and so we will keep filling this out. We will then select our payment preference. In my case, I will use a test card and fill out the remaining information and click finish. This is really all I need to do in order to sign up for XcooBee. Once I've signed up, I will access the business area or the business subscription, which gives me a different view into the world of the XcooBee network. We will proceed to the project center. However, there are other options that are available to you at this point, including hiring in bees, which help with workflow for documents. They can send secure files. We are just going to go to the project center to get started with our payment project, which will help us to collect payments as well as create orders. The first time I enter the project center, I will be prompted that we have to do some initial configuration. This is all a one-time task. If I want to, I can actually look at another project series that will walk us through on how to create a system to accept donations. In our case, we are going to just click on the configure automatically now, which does all the things that we need to do to configure XcooBee. It will also ask us to see that we auto reload points which are needed to keep transactions flowing. We're just going to confirm this. And XcooBee will create all the security keys that are necessary for all the transactions to be safely recorded. I'm just going to save all these keys locally. In the end, you should have 3 different keys to save locally and keep safe. That will ensure later that you can access your data if you ever download it from XcooBee. We are done. We are actually ready to set up our first project. We're seeing the big plus button that we will click on to see what we can do. And as you can see here, we can actually set up quite a few different things that help us solve different issues and problems in the world, whether it's donation collection or whether we're running an online or offline event, or accepting payments. There are things that we can do with the XcooBee system that support all these things. We will focus on the payment request, which is actually a way to create a contactless payment environment. So we are going to start this project by just clicking on the payment request radio button, and as soon as we did, we saw a wizard pop up that will walk us through the steps. So in our case, we will accept payments for our shop. So we are going to just say this is Graphic Partners, and our description is going to say please pay as indicated, and we're going to say thank you for your business. And as you see, if you have different languages that you need, we can actually enter the information here, multiple languages. The system will automatically adjust to the user environment and present the information in the needed language if that's necessary. We are going to go further here. I have set up my Stripe account, so I'm going to choose Stripe as the payment method and go on. This is slightly outside the preview of this video, but there are other videos in our series that show you how to set up a Stripe account. I'm just going to click next. And in my case, I want minimized data. If you're in the EU or in the EU zone, you need to keep this on. Since I'm demonstrating a US shop, I'm going to click this off. This will allow you to specify the use of the data in clear terms so that your customers know about how you will use the data. I'm just going to say next and look at all the connectivity options. As you see, there are things that are already pre-connected because we have had XcooBee automatically configure a system. The things that we have to do are upload our logo. So I'm going to provide a logo real quick for XcooBee to use. There we go. The XcooBee system will adjust the logo for different uses. So we will see a few messages popping up, and everything is done. It will say it's good. Then we will also need to connect our Google Drive to XcooBee so we can save some of the information. And I'm already logged in here. Since I'm using a test system, it's going to warn me, but I'm just going to go ahead anyway and allow it. So that way the connection between XcooBee and Google can happen. If I were to need to supply the information for marketing purposes and have asked the user for permission, I can also forward some of the data to MailChimp. Here is then the last thing to do. This is optional, by the way, the MailChimp one. The last thing to do is the Stripe one, which is our payment provider. I'm just going to provide the needed keys from Stripe by copying and pasting them into the dialog here for secret and publishable key. If you need to know how, we do have documentation that shows you step by step. And we have also another video that does so, but I'm just going to save it. And XcooBee is going to look for updatable things that it needs to update with the key. It found everything, and this is really all we need to do in order to set up the connectivity. The next steps are the options that we will look at. We have already set our logo. We will set an exit page. I'm just going to use Yahoo in our case. You can actually leave all the defaults as they are, and we can pick a Google Sheet for tracking all of our orders. I'm going to go into my Google Sheets and create a completely blank one here. I'm just going to create a blank sheet. Hopefully it will do the right thing here. and I'm going to say something like graphic partners orders, graphic partner orders. Okay, and that's all there is to it. Then I will go back to XcooBee, and I'm going to connect this sheet that I've just created for order tracking, and I'm going to use my account here again, and going to go and say this is okay. Since this is my test account, it will ask me for a few more clicks, and once I've done so, it will pull up the sheets that I have. Here's the one that I wish to use. And this completes this step of the walkthrough for the payment project. The last step is really just a summary, and we will look at that. As you see, the summary just allows me to go back and make changes if I forgot to do something or I wanted to adjust it. Once everything is ready, I just need to activate the project. Once the project is activated, you see actually a few buttons at the bottom of the activated project that allows us to make it usable in different environments. We can create links, we can create QR codes that allow us to collect payments for goods and services that we sell. We will actually do both and use that in our t-shirt shop, which is our graphic partners, and create a sales brochure for t-shirts. Let me rearrange my screen slightly so we can actually see my sales brochure right there. Wonderful. And I'm going to use my URL creation tool to create links from my brochure here to my payment system. I am going to say I want to create a $12.95 price for this Birmingham t-shirt. So the way I would do that is I would type in $12.95 as the amount, and then my tax will be $123, and I'm going to say Birmingham shirt, and I can make a copy of that. Then I'm going to go to my brochure and say I'm working with it. In this case, I'm going to attach that link to the click of the t-shirt itself. I'm going to continue using my URL tool by just going back and forth. This time I'm going to use the $14.95 price and then 165, let's say, and then I'm going to say colors shirt, and I can copy clicking this little icon again. Similarly, I'm right clicking here and link and adding that link for me. This is PowerPoint. If you use a different program, if you use a PDF editor, there are similar things where you can attach links to things. I can also create let's say a QR code, and I've already pre-created those so that in case somebody prints this brochure and has a mobile phone handy, they can actually order right from the mobile phone without going to a website or anything else, and assemble an order for submitting it to the graphic partners for fulfillment. Okay, I'm going to just save and exit from here. So you can see our project center again in XcooBee. I'm also going to save this particular brochure or flyer as a PDF document to send to my users. Here we are. I'm just going to save the PDF. And it's been done. Let's say I have sent the information out as a PDF to all my customers using a special marketing email, and they now have received it. Here is my PDF that I've marked up as all my codes. It is actually my online ordering system at the same time. So I can start clicking on the shirts and start assembling an order. Here's one shirt for Birmingham, and I'm going to add another shirt for the color shirt. As you see, everything is totaled up right. I didn't need to have a special website to do this. I can just go ahead and say I am Rudy Smith, and I'm ordering this. Email is Rudy Smith at yahoo.com. I can provide a phone number. I only need to then enter my credit card information or take a picture with my mobile phone if I run this on the mobile. Of course, you can also use our app for the same purpose. However, it's not necessary. Anybody that is interacting with the PDF can place an order. No special app or hardware is required. Just to summarize again, we walked through the whole sign up into XcooBee and creating an account. We also created a payment project that we've configured, and we configured it to create a flyer where we could place order codes onto the flyer, and we saved that as a PDF and send it out to our customers. Our customers were able to place order without having a website or needing any special device. So in XcooBee's payment system, there's no equipment to buy or rent. We are usable with any device or desktop. We don't need an app, but if you have our app, of course, it's appreciated, and you can do all kinds of other things with it that are pretty cool. We don't have any commission on ordering services. And as usual, if you subscribe to our social media channels, we do have quite a few specials going on at any given time. Thanks again, and have a good one.